could eat a page for hours. Please. Kiss me.
Greetings and salutations. This is Cage's Kiss, the ultimate Cage rape cast, where we discuss everything in the life and times of our beloved national treasure, Nicolas Cage. And we're going to glean whatever kernels of wisdom we can out of his rape skull today.
Hello, and awfully sorry ahead of time. This is a little trigger warning. We have really intense content to go over in this episode, and it includes a lot of sexual assault and rape. So you've been warned, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time.
Coming on video cassette.
In a world where rape is the daily special and justice is off the menu, Nicolas Cage serves up his own meal of the day.
Hey, sir, do you know the time? I'm kind of drunk and I'm with my daughter.
You look a little lost, lady. You know what time it is? Looks like it's rape o'clock. Rape o'clock? More like here comes Rape Cop! With a badge of the law on his chest and justice loaded in a 357, he clears out the rape punks and rape scum of Rape Town, USA.
You're a loose cannon, rape cop. You can't just go around killing people.
I just happen to be in the neighborhood, Chief. I can't help if they walk in front of those bullets.
Rape cop!
Nicolas Cage is Rape Cop, a cop of rape. Stopping the rape. Rape Cop. Pray I don't come to your town, punk!
Wow, that was a hell of a trailer, wasn't it?
Damn, I want to see that one right away. It looks like the feel-good movie of the summer.
You're
I gave a
damn
trigger
skippy.
warning, right?
Yeah, I hope as hell you did. And today I'm Donnie, our rape cop.
Hey there, I'm a guy who lives out near the lakes and the falls and stuff, and I like to have beer, and if an attractive female should come near, I'm just saying something might happen. I'm also 18.
And my name is Linda. Usually you can call me the cheese, but this week you can call me I'm talking Tina, and I don't like you.
What, is that Lizzie McGuire girl come by? Oh my God, happy Independence Day. Now my mom's out of town. I got the place all to myself right now.
Yes,
Ronnie,
and
why are
today,
we talking about our masterpiece?
because we decided to take a shortcut today. That's why everything's a little different. Because you don't want to take a shortcut, apparently, because you'll get raped.
At least that's what Joyce Carol Oates says.
Yeah.
Her daughter's like, oh, don't worry, Mom. I'm not going to be late from school. You're not going to take that shortcut, are you? Mom, I'm not going to get raped. You will so get raped.
So there's a theme to our movie today.
A little bit.
There sure is. Because
Linda,
this week's
get us
movie
started.
is based on Joyce Carol Oates' classic novella, Rape: A Love Story.
Now, why did they not use that as a title for the film, I
I
wonder?
can't imagine
They don't have
why
the
they
balls
use
for
that
it.
as the title.
Jesus Christ.
I guess there are not a lot of people out there who want to want to admit to watching a movie called Rape.
Well,
there have been, in the past, right? There were some movies, you got I Spit on Your Grave, you got
yes.
Deliverance, The Accused, Last House on the Left, even Naked Vengeance. And they all dealt with
Yeah, but
this.
they didn't have the name in there.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they were
yeah.
all about that. That was like in the trailer and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, even then, it's like you mentioned as well, because I was going to bring it up as well later with you too, is the I Spit on Your Grave. It's also was released as Day of the Woman, which is like either one of those titles, perfectly fine. But Rape, a love story, and Vengeance, a love story. Where's the love? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be more clear in the book.
Abstract. Well,
or the story.
I don't know if you guys have ever read anything by Joyce Carol Oates in the past. She's very prolific. I had to read something for a class I had at Evergreen What now?
I think she's also Islamophobic now.
God damn it, woman.
Yeah.
She cashed in with the Jeffrey Dahmer book. Maybe she should have just shut her mouth after that.
Yes, Linda?
I was just saying she's painfully prolific. Like,
yeah,
like,
there's
she doesn't.
Joyce Carol Oates is going to premiere her first book in well over a month. You know?
She's written, I think, 26, 27 books. Yeah.
She was kind of busy.
She stuck around, unlike this movie.
So this movie happened on September 25th, 2017. Mm-hmm. As usual, there's no reported budget. Surprise, surprise. But it made $73,000 worldwide, and
seems too much.
Unlike almost every Cage movie that we've done for the last 4 years of his career, this movie actually got a domestic release.
I still am surprised by this.
I'm shocked to hell that they were able to get a domestic release for this over some of the other bullshit that he was in. So this actually,
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So in American theaters, this was number 85.
That actually makes sense.
It does.
It surprised me because it's like, okay, you have Mickey Rourke making his comeback in The Wrestler, and you had sort of the same thing with Michael Keaton in The Founder. It's like little wonky, little out there type things. Well, actually, he made Birdman. We'll go with that one because that one actually had acclaim, but he still lost out a classic loser on that one. He was awesome with his little speech. But you have those movies where it's like an actual good thing to remind people, hey, I'm still alive here. This is not a movie you want to come out and say, hey, I'm still here. It's like, oh, God, go back.
Well, that's the thing. He never went anywhere.
But he went to direct TV. He went to Redbox.
When you go straight to video for a while, he was down there in the Statham dungeon, hanging out with Christian Slater and Steven Seagal.
So
I have
here's
5
the
movies
thing.
out this month.
Like, I feel like this, I think that we could probably all agree that so far, Arsenal's the worst fucking movie so far. But this one, like, it still managed to be more entertaining than this one. I mean, this one was just
like this thing in many ways, it has many things where it's worse than Arsenal, even though Arsenal's like a bunch of really irresponsible crap.
Yeah,
like it's not as interminable as USS Indianapolis, but it's a real head scratcher. But before we get any deeper, the movie's pummeling this at the box office when it did get released here. It included the remake of It, American Assassin, and Mother.
Oh.
It was the other country it was released in. There was only one other.
Yeah.
It was also released in the United Arab Emirates. Went all the way up to number 10.
Jesus.
Number 10 with a bullet.
Jesus. With a dick.
So yes. Well, yo, I just about burned my dick off. Yo, come on, zoom me. So there's a lot to talk about.
Like I feel like I haven't reed the story yet, but I read like some reviews and synopsis of the short story, and I do believe it counts as a short story because it's only like 100 so many pages.
But that's a novella technically.
Okay.
You get ranks there. You get novella and novelette, then you get short story.
Okay, there you go. But either way, I know a lot of people on Goodreads were discussing where the love story comes in. Mm-hmm. And I think the general consensus was that it was between the daughter and
detective
and rape.
That main rape that this was about. There was a whole other one.
Well, basically that she loved him for like what he was doing, that he was like, he's much more of a character in the book or the novella.
I was going to say, like, this couldn't really be the Cage comeback movie since Cage really doesn't do anything in it. He just kind of sits around and broods, and then other times he shoots people.
And then he just kind of shows up, and he has, like I think I messaged you guys earlier, like a couple days ago, like, asking if Nick Cage's character is magical, because he just shows up.
at just the right time and right place. Like the perp is running away, and then all of a sudden he's around the corner.
Dude, it's M. Night Shyamalan's rape a love story. At the beginning when he got shot, he's the one that died. That's how he knows that the girl got threatened.
She's about to kill herself, and there he is.
See, that's what kind of got me. It's I mean, I know I went and did some like weird experiments for like $20 a week in the little Craigslist ads I used to do of like, let's prick you with this for $20 and see what happens. And I know that
you were putting ads in there. Like experimenting with putting ads and seeing who answers.
I tried that, but I got mixed results because I shouldn't have been saying supple, young, 20-something-year-old looking for you to be pricked. And I mean, honestly, after the 5th call, I kind of caught on that I should have worded it differently. But no, it's like I started noticing things skipping in my head with movies. Like, oh gosh, maybe I should pay more attention. This movie is like abducted. Like an alien was trying to take this film and abducted scenes. Because like, going back to the fucking beginning of the film where we see free-spirited fucking mom dancing around on a table in front of her daughter who's like, oh God, that's my whore mama. It's like the daughter gets yelled at because she's beer. Yes. It's like oh God. Yeah. The daughter gets yelled at.
Showing her like dancing and being a free spirit in the bar. I mean, they're
like
just like established.
Greg and you want to kill her, except she gets raped. So it's like, okay, she yells at her daughter because her daughter's on a rooftop. It's like, oh, you're going to get killed. Don't go up there. And then her daughter's like pouty McPout face. And rapey McRape face mom is like, hey, I got you a piece of pie with ice cream and you love it. So the daughter takes it. The mom gets up. And then we have our first alien abduction of the film. Because the moment the mom turns around, the daughter is asleep. Just passed out like 5, 10, 20 minutes have gone by.
So
and then she's like, oh, look at that. She's asleep. Yeah, he roofied the fucking pie.
He roofied the pie.
Yes, like the movie trailer told us, this is Rape City, USA. Obviously, everyone's getting
buy
roofied
a
in this
mattress
town.
anywhere.
Well, the movie.
Yes.
Rape City, USA. In this case, is supposed to be Niagara Falls, New York.
Yeah.
But it's shot in Georgia, so you might never know that if they didn't CGI in the Niagara Falls from time to time.
Oh boy.
Yes, where you have to see that ingloriousness when she's going to kill herself. But even that, like you said, teleporting Nick Cage, just boom, he's right there. No explanation, no nothing at all. She doesn't even question if he's stalking her at that point. He just randomly shows up.
It's a scene right out of the realm.
Even then, like when you fast forwarding the film, the synopsis of this is the mom is a free spirit. They're at a party. They drink. She takes her daughter home. They take a shortcut. She runs into the biggest stereotype redneck drunkos ever. They're like, hey, ain't you that cheerleader from the high school, which I never went to because I'm fucking inbred as shit? And then break time happens. And they make it very clear that her daughter is almost assaulted. But she hides in part of a shed and watches the whole thing. It's traumatic. It's horrible. Kudos to them for showing how horrible this can be, because not many films have the balls to actually go through with that. But then you fast forward there. She's very traumatized. The daughter's also traumatized. They decide we're going to go to trial. So we're going to have a hearing. Mind you, it's a hearing. And immediately you have people in the courtroom, all rednecks, all jeering and calling her a slut. And instantly with what's going on, they just decide, well, that was our hearing. And that also doubled as a trial because you lost both.
And you have clumsy as fuck exposition in the beginning when she meets Nick Cage's character.
Oh, where the bartender narrates it. It's like, that right there is Lizzie McGuire. She had a husband, but he ain't around no more. No insurance. Now she wears those shirts that show her belly button, and she drinks a lot of beer. So, Nicolas Cage, want to violate her?
Like, what did he ask?
She has a whole conversation without him there. That's how little he does in this whole movie.
And what's even funnier is depending where you go to look up the description of this film, it either tells you that a woman was assaulted and Nick Cage decides to take justice in his own hands and deal it out to the rapist, or it tells you that her rapists were acquitted at the trial, and Nicolas Cage goes out and kills them. And it's like you're watching this movie, and again, they only show you a hearing, and then alien abduction happens, and apparently there was a trial, but they got acquitted. They never talk about it.
The lawyer for the rapist keeps showing up throughout the movie, so it's as if
Don
the verdict hasn't come in. Yeah. We got Don fucking Johnson, Sonny Crockett himself from Guilty of Sin and Born Yesterday. But he's like the cool moment in this movie, because like if this movie's boring as shit, it'll turn your brain off. But then Don Johnson shows up as the oily lawyer, and then fucking Deborah Kara Unger shows up as the grandma. Now, this
and then you
feel old as fuck. By the way, that fucking Deborah Kara Unger of Crash and the Game and Highlander 3 is now somebody's grandma. It's like, dude, that's Deborah Kara Unger. What the fuck?
Yeah.
She ain't that old. Shut up.
I still love that. It's like, you want $50,000? I just put up our house.
Oh yeah, that's the whole comic routine. Because two of the rapists are brothers, and you get their mom hires Don Johnson.
Get a discount.
And their dad's all like, "What? 3 years in jail? That ain't bad. Let him go. Fuck him."
That was the only time.
Those are my boys.
Yeah, that was the only time I laughed in this movie, when he's like, well, can't we get a discount? It's more like, two boys, but one trial. It's like, like a mom has two kids, and the mom has two kids. She's got two titties.
And don't forget. The two titties. Well, don't forget that the
don't cost extra. Don't cost double.
The rapist brothers had the sister, right? And then the dad's all like, "Oh, I need you to stop looking like a whore."
Yeah.
That fucking cracked me up, and her whole, you need to stop spreading lies. Yeah, it's like, bitch, what the fuck is your problem?
My brothers, who are complete rapey stereotypes from Georgia somehow, didn't rape nobody, never. It was your mama. She was selling her vagina.
Yes, and go ahead.
Go ahead, Donnie.
That is an important lesson that the rapist mom teaches us, is that when your boys are arrested for rape, call a preacher immediately. That's the first person you gotta call out of everyone else.
Tell me a little about the preacher, about Father Muldoon.
I forgot about him.
She's like, call Father Muldoon immediately. And so Father Muldoon shows up, and he's Scottish. Oh wait, no, he ain't. That's his name, Muldoon. What's going on here?
Is everything? Do we have to worry, Father? Nah, it's all right.
It's because
times new.
There's a Jesus and there's this lie.
I honestly thought when she's like, call Father Muldoon, that it was gonna be like some kind of local freaking like crime guy, but no, it was a fucking priest.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's gonna cost you lots of money, but this man will get your sons out of jail.
Call Father Guido Sarducci.
It would have been better.
This fucking movie, man.
Okay, here's the thing. If I can get serious for a moment, it's unfortunately.
Are you gonna turn your baseball cap the other way and sit the opposite side?
I'm gonna sit.
Like a switch,
I'm gonna sit backwards on the chair. So, kids, let's talk about rape. Unfortunately, in the real world, we all know that this shit happens. It's fucking terrible, and people who assault women and assault other people, they get away with it all the fucking time. Dottie may recall that back in high school, I was grabbed and in the crotch by somebody from the school.
In the dangles.
Yeah. And in the hallway, and our school had a zero tolerance policy, so I had to talk to the DA about it. And of course, the DA asked me, what was I wearing? And not that it made a fucking difference. I was wearing a baggy shirt and baggy jeans. But either way, this is the world that we live in, unfortunately, that people always try to find a way to make it like, well, what were you wearing? What were you doing? And
then the judge says, well, you shouldn't have dressed like that.
Well, there was also another aspect they brought into that, which kept a lot of things from happening. So, yeah.
Huh?
It was the fact that the school didn't want to do anything because of his race. That was an issue that they made that shouldn't have been an issue because the mother wanted to make issue of this. And because like they did with most people that do these things, like in the movie, proved with this stupid ass mom, it's my boys is angels. They can't do no wrongs. They didn't rape no lady. She just a whore.
Well, yeah, and unfortunately, that's just the way it is in the world. Like they always try to find a way to blame the victim, and it's terrible, and it is unfortunately the truth. But this fucking movie may as well have been renamed like "Men Are All Evil" and all in on it, except for one or two cops.
Well, they did do that already. It's called Captain Marvel. But in this movie, this movie really bugged me. It bugged the shit out of me because they go out of their way to just tell you these guys left fingerprints, they left DNA samples, they left everything except a name tag. And then as soon as they go to trial, all the lawyer has to do is say, she's a promiscuous woman who said I'd have sex with you for the monies. And then suddenly every redneck in is like, oh, she a whore. We know she is a whore. And then boom,
the judge is like correcting Nick Cage's character as a cop. Yeah. He's correcting his grammar.
Because they make it transparent that the judge and Don Johnson are friends. And for some reason, they've got a full courtroom. There's never a fucking full courtroom in real life. I don't care what town it is. Like, especially during a hearing, there's usually and fucking for some reason it's stacked with people who are all like, well, those boys are good boys. I'll fish with those boys. Stupid slut. But
before we go any further, I would like to say, Linda, thank you for sharing that. That was very brave of you to do so. Now we turn the chair around.
Let me put my hat back on.
At the time I got cut, but I guess I'll save that.
Oh, sorry? Say it now. Say it proud.
Do it, Adrian.
No, a person touched me, and I hate them.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry to say it that excitedly. If it's what I think it is, it's just that was a really horrible.
You know what it is.
Yes,
I do remember that. For the record, I am not the person he's talking about.
No, it's nobody here. That person knows who they are.
Fucking asshole.
It was not once, but many times.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
On the day of your wedding.
Audience, bad touch is bad. Don't do it. For real.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, my mom thought it was entertaining because, like, he was so fucking drunk. But I had to tell her, like, okay, how would you feel about it if Adrian was a woman? Now, how do you feel about that? Like, somebody would have like beat the shit out of the guy.
Even like our cousin, who usually like has to scream anytime she farts, so everyone has to hear it.
Yeah,
it's like even she got groped by this dude, and she was like, he freaking grabbed my boob. And like she was not amused by this. It was not a good touch.
It got old pretty fast.
Yeah, it's not like the old man in the nursing home was like, I'm gonna grab your ass.
It wasn't cute. And like once I put it that way to mom, she was just like absolutely appalled because I think she realized like, oh yeah, no, actually that was really fucked up.
Yes,
and
that guy had some regrettable behavior.
I am no longer friends with him.
So it's a good idea. Yeah.
That was just fucked.
Friendship with that dude's kind of a dead end.
Yeah. Speaking of dead end, this fucking movie.
Yeah.
I was really kind of on the fence because at first I'm like, okay, this is based off a book. Maybe that means it was based off an actual story. And I want to see where this is going to go because I like true crime stories. But the moment Nick Cage blows away a guy who's being the biggest ass to ever ask in a fucking bar.
Oh, you mean Chuck Mangione?
Yeah, let's go back to that wonderful moment where Chuck Mangione is in the bar and he immediately is cussing people out, watching a fight on a monitor, and immediately looks to the bar and starts calling this guy a pussy and an asshole
and making a bet to rape him like he did Lizzie McGuire.
That's what gets me even fucking more. This dude is going out of his way to get his ass beat It's like we talked about in our bonus episode when I told you guys about going into the biker bar and that guy saying "fuck you and your kind" and starting a fight. Like this is the same equivalent of just walking in there and saying the most offensive thing to every class of people in there because you want to get your ass beat. And then he has to go and top it off by trying to edge on the boyfriend of the girl he raped. But the guy's like, "Hey, I'm going to keep cool. I don't give a crap." And then he has to literally say, "I'm going to do you like I did your girlfriend." Yeah.
And then he throws him through a CG car window.
Yes. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So the boyfriend's like, "Hey, I'm going to go now because I'm going to go home. La-di-da-di-da. Oops, I dropped my keys. Slipper butterfingers." And gets his head thrown through a fucking window in his car. And then the guy turns around because Nick Cage is there. And he just, boom, blows the guy in his head.
He puts a CGI bullet through his head.
Yeah, that was the most. Oh God!
All the gun stuff in this thing. Like if you enjoy like action movies or anything with any amount of realism or visual stuff, and that you're not going to find it here.
I honestly, again, I kind of wanted this to be a reality, though I know it's not. I really wanted this to be like a continuation of City of Angels because the way Nick Cage acts is so disassociated from regular human behavior that it's like he doesn't really even realize what he's doing. He shoots the first rapist, and then the next day he's being questioned about it by the police.
Yeah,
and like,
by,
hey, you killed this guy. It's like you planned this. You were in the same bar. It's like coincidence. It's like, no, you knew this guy. It's like, hey, I was here having a drink.
It was ordained by God. God instructed me to murder people. I'm sorry. What did God instruct you to do that, John? Well, he came down and from the lake of fire in the crown of thorns. He said I should do my sworn duty as a police officer. Okay, well, you can return to duty now. That's fine.
I mean, that's literally the only thing that was missing from how he acted. He just did not give two shits and a fuck.
You know what makes that weirder, though? How detached he is in this. How like barely present he is in this.
Oh God, yeah.
Is that not only did Cage produce this movie, it's one of the Saturn Films ones. He also he wanted to direct this movie.
Oh my God!
He was originally slated to direct this movie when stuntman Johnny Martin took over. I don't know the circumstances about why he stepped down from directing.
Well, he was also supposed to have God, I'm sorry, my brain is kind of shutting off.
It's because you watched It's a Love Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It was supposed to have Samuel L. Jackson in it and Diane Wiest.
Right. There was an earlier
and
version
Abigail
of production,
Breslin.
That probably would have been better.
Yes, I killed them and I hope they burn in hell.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about this, watching this. I'm like, wow, this is like bullshit. This is like some John Grisham bullshit right here.
Well, I mean, even that. I mean, I am not a fan of Matt Damon. I really can't stand the man. But like him, he at least has facial expressions when he acts. The way Nick Cage was acting in this, I actually thought, Adrian, or even Linda, that you guys would have had some behind-the-scenes thing that said that he was scuffling with the director, and the director said, "Look, you piece of shit, your career's been in the toilet forever. You can't act for shit. Now just read the fucking lines." Because he looked like a broken man the entire time he was on screen.
I wonder if he was just embittered over losing the chance to direct a movie again or something like that. But we don't know what the story is. There's no further detail.
Well, yeah, maybe they even had to have his uncle tell him. And he's like, "Hey, you don't see me anymore, Nick. Come on over." He's like, "Oh, I don't know. Well, I guess we can." "Good, I'll make spaghetti." He's like, You never make me spaghetti unless it's something serious.
Take the shortcut over here.
Yeah, take the shortcut. Don't
By
get
Mermaid's
raped.
Cove.
Take the shortcut. This would have been a really good time for him to do his usual thing and pour himself into a role, with like research and shit,
Yeah.
Like grow a mustache and do an accent. That's
even a mustache would have been great. Yeah.
One thing
Something.
that really bothered me about this is that this movie takes place in the part of the United States where there is a distinctive regional accent.
Oh yeah.
Because in the part of New York State, because New York State is not all New York City. In fact, most of it's nothing like New York City. But the parts of New York State that are along the lakes have the same accent that they have in, say, Detroit or Chicago. There's a lakes accent. It's very distinctive. 34 million people have this accent. So it's not like a small, tiny subset. And yet nobody in this movie attempts the accent whatsoever. There's no vowel shift.
No. No.
It's lazy. It's lazy as shit.
Everything is lazy, and the bad guys are the only ones that are like, holy shit, we're in this movie with real fucking actors. Don fucking Johnson's in this. We gotta act, which means overacting the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are way beyond over the top as far as like
they're smoking their meth pipes, and hitting each other and getting birthday pie tattoos.
They're even taunting the girl in the courtroom.
Yes, I like in the hearing, they're all like, "Come on, motherfucker!" I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like the judge wouldn't be like, "Oh, that's weird."
they're like Timothy Van Patten in Class of '84 or Alex Winter.
Oh my God!
In Death Wish
Yes.
3.
So I get the
Like,
pop.
we're over the top henchmen. What you gonna do about it, bitch?
Well, and
Wait, there's a
supposedly,
dream.
Nicolas Cage couldn't direct because of scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
the guy who did direct it is
Johnny Martin.
Yeah, Johnny Martin, and he's usually a stunt coordinator or a stunt person. And in fact, he was the stunt coordinator for USS Indianapolis.
Oh,
He also directed quite a bit. He's not like a one-off director. This is actually his third movie, and he did at least 3 afterwards.
Were they good?
And he has a lot coming out.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize any of them.
He did a horror movie called Skeleton Man with Casper Van Dien.
Okay.
Which in Germany is marketed as a comedy.
Also, he was a stunt person for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I just need to say that.
There you go. Okay. It wasn't all bad.
Until
he
the
has
movie.
a lot of fucking stunts. A lot of stunts. Like a crazy amount. And he was in Willow and just so many fucking things. Like 165 credits for just stunts.
Wow.
So yeah, busy dude.
So
yeah,
we mentioned trigger warnings earlier. There's a second one on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
For bad movies?
No, the cat.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Yes.
They have an adorable orange tabby, and the Chuck Mangione character rings the doorbell. The kid's looking around for the cat. And then in the foreground, he's got the collar, and he's like, meow, and he drives off. And the girl had pulled up the stool to look out the peephole and saw him, and then opens the door. Then to see she see the cat, but peepholes on doors give fisheye views, so she would have seen the cat through the peephole if it really was one. So that's not how shit works.
Even that kind of bugged the shit out of me. It's like, okay, she sees the cat, and oh my, look what a big, strong girl she is. She's going to take the dead cat down. She's going to bury it in the yard. And then it becomes like something out of Ferris Bueller's Day Off where she's rushing to bury the cat in the backyard, come back inside, and act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you not going to tell her what happened?
I didn't understand that either. I mean, I thought that
Tiger Lily.
Like, I feel like there were parts where they did a great job for setting up her character and setting up the mom's character, Tina. And like, there were so many little bits where it could have been a good story and it could have been like a very poignant and powerful story, but they just kept fucking it up. And once again, we get another one of those movies where they can't just like focus on one thing.
Well, they pretty much pissed all over any significance that they were going to lend to this because there's no subtlety at all. Like the courtroom scene where the people are cheering the rapists themselves. Don Johnson exercises some restraint, so he's probably like the strong thing. But the judge is ridiculous. It's like, detective, it's my partner and I'm going to be golfing with Don Johnson later, so we're going to adjourn if that's okay with you.
He honestly reminded me of the one of the actors' fathers who played a judge in Cannibal the Musical when he starts dancing at the stand after announcing that they were going to kill the character.
But that's not the way it happened.
Well, and I think this is only one of 2 movies that he actually this writer actually wrote. No, 3. Guy. And one was a TV movie, and like I feel like that was the problem, is because with television, you have all this time to set up the characters and the situations and to build it, But with a movie, you have to do it in under 2 hours usually.
You want to know what's
So
really sad
like
about the writer, though? About Mankiewicz?
John Mankiewicz?
Yeah. His father, I don't remember his father's first name. Last name's also Mankiewicz, but his father fucking wrote I Want to Live. The fucking Rosalind Russell courtroom drama.
Wow.
Which is a great movie, and it's like the polar opposite of this movie.
This movie just felt like there was a lot left on the cutting room floor, because you can see that they try building up, like you mentioned in the book, the love story is between the daughter just appreciating everything the detective does to help them. And like there's implemented little tiny moments of that with him, but it's just played as like secondary. It's like they couldn't make up their mind if they wanted to make another Death Wish movie, but with actual drama over just brutal deaths.
Yeah, like they wanted to do 10 to Midnight or something.
Yeah.
But no, I have a theory about this. Because Cage, even though this went to theaters like a little bit, but this is still basically a straight-to-video stage. And there's something that happened with some of those other straight-to-video guys, which I think might have happened here, where they'll make a movie. It won't be a big movie. It'll be for video. Yeah. And the production company will be like, okay, so this one is going to be more of a drama, or this one's going to be more of a horror, or this one's going to be more of a science fiction thing. And this happened a lot with Steven Seagal. Or he would make a movie where it would be a science fiction movie or a horror movie or something. And then at the last minute, the distribution company, Lionsgate or whoever, would be really scared that they wouldn't get full return because they wouldn't get the fans of Under Siege to watch it.
Yes.
So a movie that Seagal did, and Seagal sucks, it doesn't matter, but he's in the same wheelhouse. But he'd do ones that had like alien parasites and vampires and shit. And then through ADR and editing, they would take out the alien parasites and vampires. And they just make it into some kind of straight action movie. That's why you get weird ones like Assault Force, where like there's a last minute explanation of this pollution or something, whereas it was fucking aliens originally.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like the typecasting type thing is what you're essentially. It's just happens with some of these people.
Yeah, they want to sell it to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah, and it's kind of like why
Cage is holding a fucking shotgun.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like what happened when Elvis wanted to break out into actual serious roles. Like, no, fuck it, you're only good for this shit, Dance Monkey. Yeah. And then did the same thing with the not Christopher Reeves, but the first Superman, who ended up shooting himself because he just couldn't get out of playing. Yeah.
People get fucked like that. I mean, like look at Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. I just this movie. I mean, like you said in our Skype, you're 8 minutes in and you already hate this fucking movie. The moment fucking Dharma from Dharma and Grey got on screen, I'm like, I thought we got rid of you for a reason. And I just could not stand her. I mean,
do you remember the song that was playing at the barbecue, though?
See,
it makes it worse. It makes it so much worse. I mean, it's probably worse when you've seen it multiple times. But they're at the party and she's drinking. She's on the table dancing. This is just 5 minutes before the rape scene, and there's a song playing called "Tonight." Just go with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But even more so,
that's insensitive.
Even before we get to that, the whole thing with her and Cage and them saying it's like, hey, I'm a widower. It's like, oh, good. So we understand each other. And then she fucking like gives him her number, kisses him on the cheek, and says, my new best friend. La, 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 la. Just trots off and then starts grinding her barely covered ass against her new boyfriend of the night.
And I think that was all to establish that she's a little slutacious. She's known to be slutacious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it all goes back to the whole thing of overdoing it, overplaying, overacting.
Really ham-fisted.
Usually these things have a more subtle way of having things appear innocent in the first reel, and then in the next reel having somebody cast a different view of it.
Honest to God, when she had her freak out where she's like, oh, fuck these pills, I got to get out of this house and act normal, and then does her whole, I'm going to go to a bar because that's the best thing I can do right now. And then drinks, crushes her glass. The guy puts a hand on her. She immediately gets defensive because she's a survivor of a rape, of freaking gang rape. And then she almost gets hit by a car. She doesn't even notice and then goes to kill herself. The whole thing, no bullshit, not even doing a bit, reminded me of fucking Tommy Wiseau tearing up his room after Lisa tells him that, yeah, she fucked Greg.
So,
rubbing
guys,
the dress on his crotch.
Yes.
Shot glasses in bars are apparently break away. You could drop them 6 inches and they'll shatter.
Yeah, I have dropped fucking champagne, a flute glass in my bar I used to work at, and I did not shatter that fucking thing. This girl just taps it down and it shatters into a billion pieces of candy.
Yeah.
And the father that you were thinking about that did I Want to Live was Don Mankiewicz.
Don Mankiewicz, yeah. No, he had some respectable credits, unlike his son.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is super fucking manipulative. It's like if the Lifetime Network tried to make an exploitation movie, except without the subtlety.
Money.
It's like it doesn't have Lifetime subtlety or exploitation subtlety either.
No.
They really may as well have just put all the men except for Cage's character in like handlebar mustaches carrying like carpet bags, you know? Like it was just such a fucking caricature.
Well. Here comes the young filly.
It just became ridiculous.
If you told me that they filmed the rape scene first and then everything else after, I would believe it, because it's like they put all their energy into that. The thing was visceral. It was quick, out of nowhere, scary as shit. And then everything else after that, they're all back to just being over the top caricatures.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, I sure hope I don't get indicted.
Well, the one guy's getting chased under the bridge, right? He's like, stop running. Come on, stop running.
That was
no fair, man. Stop running. No, I'm going to get away. I'm going to Canada. Shut up.
Which was another alien abduction thing with this movie, is they kept going back and forth on whether or not the girl was assaulted or not. It's like, okay, the mom was raped by all 4 of them. The one guy tried being Mr. Pedo, and then she got away. It's like, you very obviously see that is what happened. It was an attempted assault on her. She got away. The mom got gang raped. But then during the trial thing, and even after, they keep saying that she was also sexually assaulted. It's like, when did this happen?
Because I think they tried saying she was like physically assaulted, where like
yeah,
because they
terrible.
Yeah, well, but she's gonna get him.
Yeah, that whole bit. It's like, Your Honor, I'm not trying very hard. Yeah, you're not trying very hard. Well, your client looks like a slut, so.
Yeah, and even then on top of that, when the mom is like, I don't want you, Miss Lawyer Lady, talking to my daughter. It's like, oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, no, she had a real bad time. It's like, she's going to have a worse time when they get set free. How dare you?
That's what bothered me again, because you only see the fucking hearing. And I'm like, okay, hearing happened. We're getting ready for the trial part of this movie. No, they just do away with it. Because I'm like, how is this lady so pissed off just because of a hearing when this lady's like, hey, we're going to get our case together and everything's going to go all right. I'm going to protect her. And she's like, no, you couldn't protect her when you said you would. I'm like, bitch, it was just a hearing. It was like a few days after she was shaking like a fucking leaf in the wind. It's like, I can understand that shit. But now you're just saying, oh, no, these guys were acquitted magically in something you didn't see, but you just have to put together in your head.
Yeah, it's not going to go and be a courtroom movie. They couldn't have the prosecutor being like, could you recuse yourself because you play golf with Don Johnson, maybe?
Yeah.
Can we get a different venue?
It's like, that's the only thing missing, was having the judge coming out and going, okay, can we get this over before tea time?
Yeah. Come on, people. It's just a gang rape.
Oh, God. Which
even that wasn't that good point. Why do we even come to court? I don't get it.
Wasn't that also a line that they had in the movie where, like, oh, because it's like this kind of small town, or whenever there's a rape trial, they immediately, juries always go with, let's let the guys off because it's basically boys will be boys or some shit.
I mean, it's not even that small a town. It's part of the Buffalo, metropolitan area. You know, it's very populous.
I mean, it would be the same thing if this happened in fucking Seattle and everyone in the courtroom is like as backwoodsy as they could fucking be.
Yes.
It's like a Seattle city and everyone's from Gorst. It's like, holy shit.
It'd be kind of hilarious if like it was made by somebody who'd like never been to the United States. Everybody in the Seattle court's lumberjacks. you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't often find myself in a big city like this, but
Speaking of lumberjacks,
everybody's wearing
and lots of
overalls.
wood, are we ready for your inappropriate segment in this case for this movie, Linda?
No.
Say it! Say
I
it!
don't feel like we should do it for
Say
this one.
Inappropriate segment.
Damn it. Let us close off. No, you don't
His
see
clothes
any
off.
nudity. Thank God.
No, shit.
they just have a rape where they try to downplay and makes non-exploitive.
But if I can say, as a woman, I feel so fucking worried about her when I see her silhouette like that. She is so goddamn skinny.
Yeah,
I'm like genuinely concerned for the actress. I'm like, good Lord,
Yeah,
eat
maybe,
something, honey.
Linda, are you saying that she should have had some more of that pie?
Yes, I was thinking there's no fucking way she eat that pie.
What if it was birthday pie?
Anna Hutchison, who you may know from Cabin in the Woods.
Oh,
I think she was the slutacious character in that as well.
Yes, she was.
Typecast.
And I hate to say it, but the girl who played Bethy, I think it's either Talitha or Talitha Bateman.
Yeah.
She actually has already had a more prolific and productive
She went and
career.
did acting after this?
Yeah.
Is she related
she
to
was
Jason
in,
Bateman?
No, I was wondering that myself, but no, she's not. She is she comes from like a family of I think 8 or 9, and yeah, she is the one of her brothers actually acts, and he's the one who played he played Andy in the reboot of come on, Linda, Child's Play. Yeah, it's Gabriel Bateman, but she has played Janice in Annabelle Creation. And yeah,
A classy film.
she
I want
was
to do me that
also
contest to win $50.
Oh god.
also released in 2017. It probably way more what's the word I'm looking for? Successful than this one was Geostorm.
Oh
and
my god.
Wait, the car?
Huh? No.
There's a car called the Geostorm. It's from like the 90s.
Wow.
She was also in The Fifth Wave, and
God.
just yeah, she's been in a lot of
So
stuff.
she got some work. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a lot.
She working.
And Love Simon. Love
so
Simon's a good one.
We've all been around, right? You know,
Yeah.
we've all seen some movies, you know.
Yeah, we know you're known as Adrian Around the Way.
That's right. Yeah. we've seen some of those movies with the rape scenes in them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like that one with Agent Scully. You know, the one in England where the guy gets the shotgun up his butt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So did anybody else think that in this one, like that rape came kind of fast? I'm just not. Oh God, no! I mean, they show up. It's like the 4 guys. What were they doing before they showed up? Were they just having this long conversation? It's like, you guys, women are beautiful. They are beautiful. Yeah. Oh, they're queens. Yeah, for sure. So you guys, you want to do some gang rape? Yeah, but we don't have any women. Aw. Hey, wait a minute.
Well, yeah, she says at one point, the prosecutor says something like that, our prosecuting attorney says something like that they stalked her for like 10
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wasn't like in there.
No.
No.
I think it was still part of the whole fabricated story the lawyer made, because it seems like even when they were talking after the whole thing happened with the lawyer, that they were all trying to sound like, hey, you told us this is our story and blah, 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 and this happened and we're the victims because we're fucking morons.
Yeah, they believe their own story. That's part of why they're so stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys know you raped her and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the thing. It's like, Because if this is where it kind of splits off, it's either it's all bullshit and they're just trying to show you how stupid everyone is for believing it, or it actually happened, where it's like they actually stalked them from, say, the party she was at earlier.
Yeah.
And they could have stalked her from that. But then there's also the whole, they said they talked to her beforehand, where she's like, oh, hey, I'll bang you and your friends for like money.
If we had the first 20 minutes, this could have been like a Rashomon sort of thing, where like we don't really know and we figure it out. Like that could have been a movie.
That's
and
why
I think this was only like the hearing was only for the two brothers.
Yeah, but it's like everyone else was there.
I don't know.
They kind of mention offhand that the other ones have a lawyer, but we don't really see the lawyer.
No.
Yeah.
Like the movie's overly long, and yet it's still phoned in, and I think that's because they're trying to give the proper weight to what the movie's about, so as not to be exploitive or chintzy
and failing.
Yeah. But when they do that, they also take all the momentum out of it, and like Donnie said, it's not at all sure what type of a movie it wants to be. Like, what is this Death Wish? What is this?
Well, even something else I laughed at, even though you really aren't supposed to fucking laugh at, or maybe you were, was when the two brothers are going out to meet the fucking guy that has evidence that's gonna give them what they want to show that girl slept with other people. Yeah. And then
the stupid one is the one who's like, wait a minute, why are we going out here? This doesn't make any sense.
Yes, exactly. And it's even funnier.
Well, let's just keep smoking crack in the car.
It's even funnier because it's like he's in the car and like, so what we do now? You get out of the fucking car and you get it. Oh, do I have to? I got this gun. You don't need a fucking gun. What do you got that? Are you Rambo? Slaps him like, get out the fucking car. And then they both get out of the car.
Right now, and you meet with the man for the evidence that she sells her vagina.
Oh my God, even the fucking knee slapper, because let's be honest, when this happened, you only have so many ribs that can be cracked by laughing so hard. But the scene when he's getting his tattoo done is like, I want like the wavy lines above the pie, like that, like it just came out the oven, like the heat waves. Yeah, it's my birthday pie because my mama didn't have a cake, so she made me a pie. Hey, do you remember that birthday pie? What the fuck is this shit going on? I mean, are we supposed to suddenly care about Lenny?
Off of a CGI waterfall.
Yeah, it's like, this is not a tell me about the rabbits fucking moment. We have nothing to sympathize with these guys, and suddenly we're just being told that this guy is sympathetic because he's fucking inbred retarded.
But then also, Cage's character is a widower, and her character is a widow. So, like, okay.
Yeah, well, they can't. He wanted to hook up with her, but he had feelings about his partner dying and the really laughable pee pants opening action scene.
Oh my God, yeah.
And now he can't hook up with her because she's tainted. So the best he could do is put his love bullets into her rapists.
Yeah, love gun. Oh, don't sue us, Gene Simmons, please.
I feel like what was the movie with Jodie Foster? Was it Witness or
The Accused? The Accused, which is the polar opposite of this movie.
Oh God, they did it so much fucking better.
Well, because in this one, the victim, the survivor, is basically destroyed. Like, she never does a person thing again in it except to try to kill herself. Whereas Jodie Foster in The Accused, she's like, fuck you, I want revenge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've had a few Nick Cage films that have had rape and assault in them. So this is nothing new for us, but it's just, and it's just like the different varying degrees upon which they deal with this. And that's why I said earlier, when you brought up I Spit on Your Grave, I was going to go back to that because that's a discussion we've had a few episodes in the past where something that Joe Bob Briggs brought up as a very good point was he always puts together the difference between the movie The Accused and something like I Spit on Your Grave, where both films approach the same subject, but one is more seen as this is a brutal, honest film because it's done in a Hollywood light versus something like I Spit on Your Grave, which shows you absolute unapologetic brutality, and they just call it exploitation. But it's like
Archie.
Yeah. And it's like you still have all of this. She goes out and gets her vengeance. She is not going to be a victim in this. But then you have the same thing of the polar opposite with Jodie Foster, where it's like same thing. He's like, I'm a strong woman. I'm not going to let this define me. The woman in this movie, it's like, I'm apologizing for now, but this fucking bitch, oh my God. She just goes from a wilting crackhead flower to, I just don't know what to do with myself. And then just staring listfully at Nicolas Cage, smiling like, "Yeah, you killed those rapists for me."
Yeah, well, no, this is not a feminist film at all, because there aren't any strong women in it. The women are sort of caught up in it.
The daughter's strong.
The daughter goes and gets the cops, and the grandma, tries to stand up for it and stuff. But for some reason, the way it is, they need Cage to go get justice for them.
Yeah, they need their male vigilante.
Yeah.
But like I feel that the accused did such a better job at setting up that scenario of like them trying to make it, blame the victim.
Yeah.
Well, not even just the accused. I mean, like, frankly, a lot of movies about this topic have handled it more sensitively than this one has. Like, freaking Naked Vengeance. Have you ever seen that one? The exploitation movie from like '81. In that one, like, not even the law is on her side. She's got to go fully off script to kill her attackers.
Which again, like you'd even said, rape was like the central point of so many action films back in the 80s. It's like it just happens, and suddenly it's like this is our backdrop, and this is before they got in the trope of, oh my God, they killed my wife, so I have to kill these people, or oh my God, they killed my brother, I got to kill these people. It
used to be a lot more of a thing. It's very shied away from now because it's like we brought up on Seeking Justice, which totally trivialized rape. It's something that people find it's hard to do well. It's hard to do sensitively. It's hard not to piss people off with. So a lot of people just avoid it entirely. But like rape and the threat of rape used to be in like almost everything. Like if there was a villain and a woman, it's like, oh, well, this might happen.
And speaking of which, Don Johnson uses the thing to get the parents to pay that, to put down like a second mortgage. He says that he's going to help save their sons from being raped like that poor woman was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like fucking balls.
All right, so here's how it is, pal. This is Miami. Your sons are going to get raped in jail.
So obviously they understand that. Like Don Johnson understands his character.
He knows how to relate to the dad, who's like the only real one in that family. It's like, I gotta lose my house. Them boys are rapers.
And again, I have a problem with movies like this because I don't like them. I don't like how they film these and how they portray the characters that do this. And then the shit that it's kind of sad to even say, but just the predictability of what's going to happen to this woman after the fact of what's happened. And it's like, seeing shit like that, it's the same thing with, like, I actually started talking aloud, which really scared my neighbors, which probably is right now because my window's still open. But it's like when the girls start calling for the cat Tiger Lily, I was just like, fuck you, movie. It's like, I've tolerated your shit to this point, but it's like...
The second it happens, it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
It's like,
it does,
cat, huh?
And it's like, it just raised for me the real world question of what does that achieve? What does this do?
Yeah.
Killing a fucking animal, just, it shows I can get to you.
We already saw them rape her mom. We don't really have to see them do anything
she
worse.
is traumatized to fucking back. Like when she's going out shoe shopping with the Gram, and then the guy shows up behind her. It's like, if they had shown her pissing herself, you would have fucking believed it. But they didn't even have to because she was just like stuck there. She was scared shitless. And I applaud her for how she acted. Yeah, he just fucking vanishes in the thin fucking air. But it's like, even when the rape happened in this movie, it's just so groan worthy. You're like, oh God, it's like, really? And it's like, this is coming from someone, again, who watched the top 10 movies that were banned in states and countries and literally did desensitize myself. I mean, it's not something you want to do. Believe me, it's scary as fuck. But seeing shit like this, and it just makes you groan like, oh my God, really? It's like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of movies like that because I really don't like how they portrayed this woman for this. Because, and I'm not even joking when I say it's like, it literally feels like it set women back so fucking far.
Yeah.
Because it just makes her out as like the weakest little flower of anything, where it's like, I can't deal with this, I can't deal with the world, I'm gonna fucking kill myself before her trial even started. But again, the movie tells you it already happened, you just didn't see it. So it makes it's like that would have made sense, I guess. It's like, I know people can get to that state of mind, but to have her never have a moment really where she like reclaims her life and tells those guys, fuck you, we're gonna get shit going and you're going away to butt fuck federal prison. It's just she never has a moment except being there. Her daughter is stronger than she fucking is in the entire movie. And I just
Yeah.
I mean, I actually don't. I just want to
no, there's nothing to take away from this. There's nothing to enjoy.
Okay, I will say on the positive side, if you got to find something positive, good actors.
The good actors.
Good actors.
Yeah, like I said, like Don Johnson and Deborah Carter Unger. I love watching them in things that aren't this.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I feel like the daughter did a good job acting. I feel like they're all good, strong actors. It's just a really, really shitty script and shitty directing.
Yeah,
if they were directed by better talent,
you know.
I feel like they could have. It could have been great. It could have been an awesome story. It could have been very powerful and poignant, but we didn't get any of that.
It might have been more so if Cage's character wasn't in it.
Yeah, honestly,
exactly.
He
didn't need to be here.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen his version of it if he had directed it, because I'm really curious if it would have followed things a bit closer or actually had some development, because it stinks of, okay, we have this movie and we've got a budget for it. Okay, why don't you guys go out and shoot it for about 2 weeks and then you're done. Okay, sure, fuck it, let's do that. And just rush it out to theater instead of giving it a month or two, even 3 fucking months, something, so they can actually do something instead of just cut, print, move on.
Just right, God forgive me for what I felt I had to do.
Before I forget, I should point out the fact that this is the second movie in a row where we get one of Cage's brothers in it. It's Mark Coppola playing Dr. Collins. But that's it. That's all I got for you.
I must have missed him in that hospital montage there.
Wasn't even the doctor like
Mom!
Oh yeah.
Wasn't even the doctor kind of like oh, what was she wearing? Like shouldn't have been out there.
There are ways to handle these things. Like if anything had felt natural, subtle, or off the cuff at all.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Di, what were you saying?
I'm kind of disappointed in all of you, because there's something I've been waiting and hoping that someone was going to bring up. And I honestly thought it would have been Linda, because this is something you would have loved when you saw, and maybe we all laughed at it, but we have not.
Well, I did laugh a couple of times. Never when I was supposed to.
All right, I'm going to drop a hint because I want to see if you can pick up on it. It happens in the beginning of the film, and I laughed my ass off hysterically.
Oh, things are
the
great.
Guys
good.
No.
Hit by the car? The van?
No.
See, that there's got yellow in it. It's from Zambia.
It's like the Canon Films logo. It's a seal of trauma. It's Patriot Pictures.
Yes.
Animation for Patriot Pictures.
Oh.
Patriot.
And I think they're the ones who brought us USS Indianapolis, aren't they?
Jesus Christ. Oh,
yes.
Fuck. Yeah, I saw that and I was encouraged, but mostly I just sort of glossed over that mentally, and then the Saturn Films logo came on. I'm like, here we go again.
Yeah. So,
but can we mention the opening scene where his partner gets dead?
We should, just because.
Another thing that doesn't need to be there.
It's right. Well, there's too many prologues on there, and the first one is Cage's, where you get him at the shooting range, and then him and his partner's all like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna get my wife this here diamond from Zambia. It's 2 carats."
Now, actually, let's rewind that moment, because I want to know what the fuck this was about. Is Nick Cage at the shooting range with 4 different guns in front of him, and he's only loading like 1 round per gun. Yeah. It's like, why and who would do this? He goes from he goes from a 9mm to a 38 to a 357, and then I think to a 38 again. It's like, it's the weirdest thing. Just 1 round. Each
Well, I've
weapon.
never been to a shooting range, but I can't be the only person who's had a stack of 4 paperback novels and would read 2 pages of each one in succession.
Yes.
Oh Jesus!
While drinking
wrong
your
with
Jolt
you?
Cola. Listening to techno with like 5 different things playing on 5 different
Never
screens.
mind what I am not drinking.
Well, I'm wondering if it was just like a shitty way to kind of hint that he's already got these weird like vigilante tendencies, or like it already started way ahead of time.
Well, it's like didn't he actually, I think it had only one callback. Didn't he actually switch guns when he shot the 2 brothers?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he blows the one off the edge in the hilarious CGI green screen scene. Drops the gun, then walks up to the other one, shoots the other one. Then he goes over and shoots him in the dick and then in the head.
Yes. Obviously, it was an accidental shooting.
He shot himself while cleaning his gun 6 times.
Yes. Yeah.
And Donnie, I have to apologize to you because I know you're editing this, and my stomach won't stop growling.
It's fine. Chewy's been over here just stomping around like doo doo doo. I want food, but I don't want the food I have. Doo doo doo.
Rudy's been scratching at the carpet too.
Is Rudy scraping at the door? I don't know if you guys know this, but Don Johnson actually had a music career too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that Heartbeat song. That was bitching.
Let me hear your
I don't care what you say. You give it away. Your money don't mean much to me.
Obviously, one of us has a better Heartbeat song.
Donnie, were you able to find any fucking reviews?
I did, and there were some genuinely like manifesto-sized hate reviews.
Oh, I would believe it.
I'm not even joking. I can't do them because it would take up way too much time on here. But it's like we're talking 3 to 4 paragraphs. I mean, it's bad.
So Rita Hernandez, who made me watch this, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to stab you, you stupid bitch. I'm going to stab you. See.
It's like I'm going to wait till the 4th of July. But we have 2 reviews I picked because 2 is better than 3.
Okay.
So shortest first. Complete bullshit. Don't waste your time. Awful. If I could give a -20 and then they have to put in parentheses -20 star review, I would. This is worse than the crud you scrape off your shoes after walking through an overflowing sewer. Cage, you are better than this. Have some pride.
How do they know he's better than this? Maybe he's not.
Maybe it was written by his gram. I don't know.
Jesus.
So here's one of the shorter manifestos. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I haven't yet turned off the TV or that I paid for this garbage. Seriously, if you're someone like me that remembers long ago work by Nicolas Cage, say, wasn't he an award nominee in another lifetime? That might lead you to believe this might be something other than a B-grade movie release. Please, save your money. It is absolutely horrid. Embarrassingly bad acting, ludicrous plot, riffed with brazen yet poorly represented stereotypes, ridiculous casting. Mom, daughter, and grandmother appear to be within 10 years of one another, and good Lord, all of them have the same hair stylist and colorist. Oh my goodness.
Very beautiful and very blonde.
Maybe Patriot Pictures should have tipped me off to this being a hardline Christian conservative piece of filth. So irritated that I paid for this nonsense. And what courtroom would allow jeering and cheers from their crowd? I rest my case.
Overruled.
You're out of order. This whole system's out of order.
Well, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Should we do our face off? Because I really want to know how you would do that if we do.
Oh.
I have a face off.
Okay, rip it off.
Right off, like a Band-Aid.
Well, no, I'll let you guys go first.
Adro?
Oh fuck! Give it to Ciro H. Santiago or Myers Archie. Put in I don't fucking know. Maybe Marjo Gortner for the Cage character. Work in fucking Sybil Danning someplace.
Okay.
Yeah, just driving it up. Make it into a real movie.
I kind of went the same route as you. I made mine into a very real drama that would have been more courtroom based and more on the detective side of trying to help uncover evidence. So in the part of John, we have Harvey Keitel. Ooh. And for Jay Kirkpatrick, we have Dennis Hopper.
Yes.
And for Tina, we have Marissa Tomei, and Bethy, because I don't care for the actress, Dakota Fanning. Because everyone seemed to really be after her for a while until she just went off the radar. But yeah, I thought Harvey Keitel, he would have been awesome as an off-the-range police officer because that's something totally foreign to him.
Yeah. I see. This is the investigator, and he's got to meet me, right? Meet me. No, by the edge of the falls. Right there at the edge.
For my face-off, I'm pretty much just fucking rebooting it completely. It really fucking needs it. First step is putting a woman in there as the writer and as the director. So I'm gonna go with haters gonna hate, and I say fucking bring it. Go ahead and at me, bitches. But I'm willing to fight on this fucking hill. I'm gonna say director Kathy Yan and writer Christina Hodson. They're the team from Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. It's a great fucking movie. Shut up.
No, it's not. I mean, if you're on meth.
not to break your train there, but I would have given it to Martha Coolidge since she's actually experienced with the subject matter firsthand.
Oh, I do love Martha Coolidge too.
I
do love her.
She made a pretty picture. She knows what she's doing.
But I'm making this an action one because I'm going to have it's basically and I'm going to have the same fucking cast because I think that with the right direction they can fucking do it. But in this one there is no Cage character. Instead it's basically the birth of Hit Girl.
Oh God!
Yes, and Bethy's gonna be.
You're taking it way the other direction.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! So, where does vengeance come from? It comes from the daughter. She sets it vagina. Right. Same thing.
Yeah,
but yeah. So Bethy's gonna avenge her mom, and she's gonna kill all these dudes after training for a couple years and in martial arts. She's just gonna kill the shit out of these guys. And I really enjoyed Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, and I'm a fan of the comics. So
are you a fan of the new Charlie's Angels?
I didn't even know that it happened.
I don't care to see it.
Nobody did because it made very, very little money.
It made about as much money as Money Plane?
Pretty much, yeah. It actually made close to Ben-Hur remake money.
Oh, that stings.
And it was a passion project, which sadly passion projects rarely do really well.
Speaking of stings, did anybody have a sequel to this?
No.
Well, before we
mine kind of is.
Introduce that. I mean, we forced Linda, we won't say forced against your will, but I mean, you were into it, telling us you wanted their clothes off.
If somebody wants to get me drunk and twist my arm, that segment is called Sequel. Return. More. Harder. Kind of an unfortunate name considering the movie we just did.
Bravo, Linda. You stole my bit.
I did.
Okay.
Well, I feel it for this fucking episode. Like I can't get too excited about saying anything with harder.
Well, if you had to sequel this one, I think I propose Vengeance 2: Grandma's Quest, in which we would have none of the other actors, but we'd follow Deborah Kara Unger because there would be an unseen backstory that the raper's family had people rape and kill the other characters, and so Grandma now has to track them across Canada. And she appears all unassuming and stuff. You know, she's always knitting and stuff. What people don't know is that when she gets near one of her targets, she's stabbing with them knitting needles or choking guys out with them like a freaking spider web. She's like a Black Widow, cuz.
She's knitting what? Like
she's knitting vengeance.
Knitting vengeance. Yeah.
Knitting vengeance, that's your title.
And
yes, my grandma
it's shot in Canada and set there, so you don't have to pretend or anything. You know, you don't have to get people from Georgia.
No, you're Cronenberging that up. That's awesome.
That's right.
Donnie.
Lord. Mine is kind of lazy, but it makes perfect sense, and that is we're gonna make this Police Academy 9 Rape City. It's going to have Gutenberg and the entire cast from Police Academy. And Nicolas Cage is a hard-boiled detective escaping the law because he goes town to town killing the rapist. So obviously hilarity will ensue when they start raping people in this town. And you have people like Hightower and Tackleberry and all these people and Mahoney going after them, trying to find these rapists, and got Bobcat Goldthwait coming back and Mr.
Nice. Sound
effects guy applying hopefully not rape sound effects, but actually like funny sound effects like he used to be. And it's just a fun, family friendly
sound effects. God damn it.
PG-13 film.
Wonder if they're out of context reel about us.
And now I'm thinking about what those would be, and then I started thinking squelching, and son of a bitch, Donnie.
See, this is how I work. When you have shit you don't want to talk about, you have to find humor somewhere, or you will go on a shooting spree.
Yeah, don't throw yourself off the falls, people. Find a way to laugh.
Yeah. How about we make it something funner? You can say it's the Muppets, so you get Muppets being raped. I mean, what's funnier than a puppet?
Also, it'd be a Peter
God
Jackson
damn it,
movie.
that's terrible. That's fucking traumatizing.
Oh my god!
Damn it.
You enjoy the act of Sodom.
With you. I hate you guys so much.
I'm a treasure.
What's wrong with you guys?
You got nothing? You got nothing there?
Gee, Bird, they used you up and left you for dead.
Just reach in that overflooded toilet and pull something out.
I guess like the only like natural sequel you could have that would be somewhat entertaining is to see the next adventures of Vigilante Cage and see who else he myrtleizes. But I would like to see him like go off the deep end and just start like like kind of like the Punisher, but you know, more indiscriminate with who he's killing.
They're kind of like Death Wish.
you bring up the continuing adventures of Vigilante Cage, but when I think of it as this character, I think of that is that it'd be like a VC Andrews family drama where people hurt each other for 90 minutes, and then he just kind of shoots the evil matriarch off of her balcony or something.
You know, why not just take
so funny that you brought up VC Andrews.
Oh no!
Oh god!
Speaking of rape,
the girl who played Bethy, the Talitha Bateman, she was also in the TV movie Petals on the Wind.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, there you have it. BC Edger's joint.
What if you redid this movie, or just make a movie? Yeah, this is a freebie to anyone out there, unless you want to pay me, because I really like it if you pay me. So pay me instead. Pay us in our Patreon.
Pay us, yeah.
Same premise of the movie, except the woman that they assaulted while she was drunk just happens to be a werewolf. There you go. Run with it.
Yes.
Like, these suspects have been mauled by a bear or something. A large animal running around a suburban neighborhood.
But before that, like she gives them lycanthropy, like sexually transmitted lycanthropy.
Yes, yeah.
They can tell that they got infected that way because it starts with a lycanthropy.
Yeah, and like everyone's like concerned about the daughter because she's like worried about her mom, and like, it's okay, your mom will be better. It's like, no, I'm not worried about that. It's what she'll do. Why are you so scared, little girl? It's a full moon tomorrow.
Eric, Fred, are you listening?
Rape. See, get the guys who made Wolf Cop. This will be right up their alley. We can totally get this.
Dear guys who made Wolf Cop.
Rape wolf.
Too bad I'm picturing Demon Cop and just seeing the werewolf throwing lawn furniture at them.
Exactly.
Rape wolf?
Imagine that, like a wolf in like the style of Wolf Cop, but they're wearing booty shorts and her tank top. It's a howling good time.
We should really be on that trauma payroll.
We really need to, Lloyd. Come on, get at us.
We love you, Lloyd.
Okay, so everybody knows this is copywritten by the Cage's Kiss, okay? So,
yeah. We're an LLC, an LL Bean.
You can't take it.
Yeah, and H.H. Holmes and all that shit.
Yeah.
Are we a true crime podcast now?
We're a werewolf true crime podcast.
We committed a crime against podcasting. Does that count?
Yes. That'll be our next podcast venture, is werewolf or not. We'll start naming crimes, and you tell us if it'd be better if a werewolf was involved.
Oh, yeah, the Lindbergh baby all the way. Yeah.
See, all this is better than discussing the fucking movie.
Almost anything is.
Over an hour.
Yeah.
Where
Tell us
y'all
where they find us, Linda.
We're
okay.
What, wisdom? You need wisdom in a movie?
There's wisdom that I'm just not going to say because the character said it and it's wrong. So just not saying that.
Like, I feel like we shouldn't get. We should not try to glean wisdom from this one.
No,
you need us to tell you what the wisdom is in this story. Let us know where you live so we can actually send you an audible slap, and then you can apply that to yourself.
So please listen, follow, rate, and review Cage's Kiss on Apple Podcast and on Podchaser, and check out our stuff on YouTube. Also, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Cage's Kiss, where you can help us fund our Sky Laser or our
wolf rape wolf.
Lycanthropiness.
Yeah, let us know if you liking our idea.
Or rape cop.
Yeah, keep us in the looping.
Remember, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, especially on Twitter at Cage's Kiss. You can visit our website at cageskiss.com, or you can write to us at cageskiss@gmail.com. We love that correspondence. And I was going to give a shout out to somebody, but not in this one. No, we need too much.
What's the next one, Linda? That
We're going to leave you out of this.
Shout out.
Actually, first, I should say that you should check out my other show, Bed Knobs and Broom Flicks. And I believe by this time we just covered, not Maleficent. We're going to be working on Maleficent 2, Electric Boogaloo, this week. But we just covered Heir of Fire. So also check me out in Dispatches of Disassociation, where I play Lila.
When are you going to cover Witches with a Z?
Soon enough.
Oh, good.
So you're doing Supergirl, right?
Oh God, that did have magic. Oh,
with Faye Dunaway as the witch.
In it. Do you want to guess?
I mean, it's terrible.
So, Adrian, where can people find you?
Oh God! Well, I'm on the DeviantArt and Patreon as Leo the Fox, LeoTheFox, all lowercase, all one word. If you want to give me money, that'd be just great. And I have regular updates. And on the DeviantArt, we're going to be having another Dreadful Tales issue pretty soon here. So that's all going on. I do them artworks apparently.
Yes,
I did one for Donnie.
Very good job.
You did.
Yeah, Donnie got a show.
Yeah, Wisdom in the Bottle. Gonna have to actually start doing that and finding why I want to do that. Yeah, it's gonna be a super doodly doublest time.
I want to subscribe to a YouTube channel that I can actually put likes on.
Shit, I want a YouTube channel that actually works. So you can find me there as well as on Twitter under my handle Unreal Goals, because that's just my life story. I'm also the boy who blew on Pornhub. Do not follow me. I'm going to hurt you if you do. And that's pretty much where you can find me, inside the dumpster outside your local Arby's.
That's true, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, that meat keeps. It weren't never part of no animal that God created.
I got a Reuben last night, and I was like, Donnie?
I'm like, did you ever ask yourself where they get all this beef from?
So y'all will be hearing from us next week when we cover Inconceivable.
Inconceivable!
Which you can stream for free on Fubo, if I can say it, or Amazon Prime Video.
It's for us, by us?
For us, by owls. I don't know. I'm really tired, you guys.
Do you think that's going to be better than that love story over there? You know, the one by the falls.
Oh, God, anything's going to be better than this.
You guys want to get over to the Anchor Bar and have some wings?
Instead
and the
of,
Bills are playing.
Instead of wisdom, let me leave you on a question. If there is a God, why would he allow this movie to be? I
just know I got to stop by Timmy Ho's on the way home, you know.
Who's going to rape him?
God damn it. I hate you all. Not you listeners, just the boys. just Adrian and Donnie.
Cage. Peach. I could eat a peach for hours. Please.